the packaging for Scramble, one of the best games on the Vectrex arcade system, the arcade system cartridge, as it says up top here. And who doesn't love a type font like that? That's so 1980s, it hurts, and I love it. The GCE Vectrex packages all pretty much look the same, at least the ones that I've seen. They have this similar style gray checkered background with an image of the overlay with some gameplay behind it, which does accurately represent what Scramble looks like. So unlike those Atari cartridges that had the beautiful artwork and then you actually just moved a block around the screen, these do give you a pretty good representation of how the game plays from the box. Full color, they look nice. Nothing fancy though, and you're not going to miss these on the shelf if you have them next to your Atari cartridges or Nintendo or Sega Genesis boxes, because they're gigantic. In fact, here's the 7800 packaging for Galaga, which is the same size as Atari cartridges, and we'll hold that up next to, let's see, what we else got here? We got Gary's for the Sega Genesis. There's BioShock for the Xbox 360, and you see that Scramble dominates them all. Let's open this up so that you can see the game cartridge, instruction manual, and overlay. Vectrex cartridges are contained in a gigantic plastic holding cell, whatever this thing would be called, for such a large box, such a tiny game cartridge. But there's a reason for that, because the overlay, which fits onto the Vectrex screen, is quite large and does take up pretty much the whole box there. Here's the overlay for Scramble. Tells you what the buttons are. They came in little paper sleeves. This one may or may not be the original. Here's the instruction manual. Vectrex instruction manuals, at least the ones that I've seen, are very, very cheap. Black and white, no color. But they get the job done because they at least give you some instructions. There's really not much of a story to Scramble, is there? You just have to shoot everything that moves. That's the kind of story that I can get into. They tell you how to play the game. There's the enemies. It wouldn't be an old school instruction manual without the notes section, or in this case, the score record, where you could write down your name, your high score, and the date that you've set that high score. And check this out, you can also order replacement screen overlays from the back of the instruction manual for $2 each. What? You have to add sales tax in California? Well, too bad for you people. The Scramble game cartridge is simple, clean, nice looking. It's awesome because it's a Vectrex game cartridge. And you know, the thing is, these giant plastic sleeves don't even go to waste, because the fact is, when you have people over to play Vectrex, you can use these to make jello shots. I love this part here. It was originally purchased at Gimbals for $35. Gimbals is a store that no longer even exists. In fact, it hasn't for a few decades. Price was reduced to $6.99. If you buy these on eBay these days, they're probably more like $20 or $30. But you really want to get one with the box, with the instruction manual, a working game cartridge, and the overlay to really complete the experience. Scramble, nice packaging. Can't go wrong with anything on the Vectrex, especially when it's loud, obnoxious, and colorful like this. Good job, whoever designed this. You shall be remembered as a hero. If that's not designed for a jello shot, I don't know what is. Look at that, there's even a little finger thing so you could pry your finger in there, pull it out and eat it.